When we think of technology, innovation and creativity come to mind, and we see the technology in every industry, from the corporate world to medicine to education. Music is no different. If we imagine the invention of musical instruments, we see a pattern of technology that evolved from instruments originally made of perishable materials to flutes made of bone, and in 2600 to 2500 BCE to lyres and harps. Now we have synthesizers, electric guitars, and keyboards. Music has a rich history of technology as well as artistry. In 1877, Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, which gave us the ability to record and play back the human voice using a wax cylinder, and the gramophone, created in 1888 by Emil Berliner, which replaced the cylinder with a disc. Although we attribute Alexander Graham Bell for enhancing the microphone for telephone usage, Edison's carbon button microphone, also invented in 1877, became the primary microphone for the telephone and the basis for recording microphones. In 1910, Nathaniel Baldwin created the first pair of headphones, or radio earphones, with copper wires and a headband worn by a phone operator. Thus, with a phonograph and gramophone, a microphone, and headphones, the beginning of a recording studio is born. Designed for home use by the Victor Talking Machine Company, the Victrola entered the scene in 1906 as an updated phonograph with an amplification horn in a wood cabinet under the turntable, and the volume could be controlled by opening the cabinet doors. The Victrola was acoustic rather than electric in design, yet in 1925, Bell Laboratories introduced electricity into amplification. In the 1920s, commercial radios, produced by the Radio Corporation of America, or RCA, broadcast music and news into the home through AM radio, and later through FM radio. When RCA bought Victor in 1929, the RCA Victor Company was formed, and RCA Victor produced the vinyl record. Originally, music was recorded and played back on analog formats, starting with the cylinder, disc, and then the vinyl record. Analog is the recording of constant vibrations corresponding to sound waves, and carved into records or written onto magnetic tape. Analog recording is known for richer sound quality, but digital recording is less expensive and more accessible. Here's the evolution of analog formats. 1928, invention of vinyl records for pre-recorded radio rotating at 33 1/3 RPM. 1935, magnetic tape used on a reel-to-reel magnetophone tape recorder. 1948, the long play vinyl record, LP, used in 12, 33 1/3 RPM, and 7, 78 RPM inch sizes for record players, turntables, and jukeboxes. 1964, cassette tapes for cassette players, and later the popular Walkman. 1966, 8-track tape cartridges for 8-track players. And finally, 1982, the compact disc, CD, played in CD players and computers, bridged analog and digital by capturing analog sound with converted digital data. But obviously, things didn't just stop developing in 1982 with the CD. Launched in 1987, music professionals used digital audio tape, or DAT, for recording and duplicating purposes. Even though the sound quality was exceptional, DATs didn't gain public distribution. However, introduced in 1990, the MP3 became the preferred digital format, maximizing the combination of digital audio and computers, and played in devices like MP3 players and smartphones. Still vital today, MP3 files can be compressed and sent from computer to computer without losing sound quality. And using Bluetooth technology, devices can play MP3s in cars and homes. Also, websites like SoundCloud and Spotify allow users to stream a wide selection of music. Furthermore, the promotion and delivery of music forever changed with social media and digital delivery, and file sharing has worldwide reach through the internet. Music technology also brought us stereo sound, which is high-fidelity sound, which splits up one source into multiple tracks. Speakers, which are units that convert electric signals into waves of sound to produce sound. Amplifiers, which are devices that augment the power of a signal electronically. They're often partnered with electric guitars and basses. Samplers, which are machines used for housing and editing numerous sound bites. And finally, Auto-Tune, which is software that's used to correct the pitch of vocals and instruments. Music technology has also led to a lot of innovation when it comes to producing music. Imagine a band recording live in a professional studio. In a soundproof room, the microphones are ready, the studio monitors are in place, the musicians are wearing headphones, the audio interference equipment is set up, and the engineering cables are connected. In the control room, the engineers and producers are guiding the session and recording the songs with a digital audio workstation, or DAW, and possibly a multi-track mixing board or console. This scene depicts how music interfaces with technology. A computer is the foundation of the DAW, running software to record, edit, and mix the music. A DAW can stand alone or work with a mixing board, the DAW's predecessor. The establishment of a multi-track mixing board progressed the recording process by recording on different tracks and then mixing in the studio. Previously, with solo track recording, if a mistake was made during the live recording, the piece was performed again until acceptable. Furthermore, using Musical Instrument Digital Interface, or MIDI, musicians can connect devices such as computers, virtual instruments, and samplers to communicate with each other and facilitate music production. The most common DAW software program is Pro Tools, but many musicians with home studios use GarageBand. Since the technical equipment is accessible and affordable, aspiring musicians can set up home studios to record their own music. For instance, the advent of electronic music comes from producing digital music on a computer, even at home, and a song can incorporate anywhere from 25 to 70 tracks, edited individually and integrated together. In addition, with instruments represented digitally, full orchestrations and compositions can be created on the computer. Suppose you're interested in film scoring and you want to produce an example of your work. With your DAW, you would compose a symphony sample to use as a demo. Once you're hired to score a movie, you can either use a live orchestra to play your compositions for the actual film, or score the film with your computer. Alright, let's take a moment to review all the important stuff we learned about music technology and how it's influenced the art form. Starting at the beginning, specifically in 1877, we learned that Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, which gave us the ability to record and play back the human voice using a wax cylinder, and that Emil Berliner invented the gramophone, created in 1888, which replaced the cylinder with a disc. We also learned about Edison's carbon button microphone, also invented in 1877, which became the primary microphone for the telephone and the basis for recording microphones. From there, analog sound was born, which is the recording of constant vibrations corresponding to sound waves, and carved into records or written onto magnetic tape. And from there, we learned about the things music technology has also brought us, which included the following: stereo sound, which is high-fidelity sound, which splits up one source into multiple tracks; speakers, which are units that convert electric signals into waves of sound to produce sound; amplifiers, which are devices that augment the power of a signal electronically; samplers, which are machines used for housing and editing numerous sound bites; and finally, auto-tune, which is software that's used to correct the pitch of vocals and instruments. We also learned about how computers revolutionized music with the Digital Audio Workstation, or DAW, which is what the engineers and producers are guiding the session and recording the songs on, and software programs, in addition to the file sharing and digital delivery made possible by the internet. Technology is now integrated into the artistry of music,